Have you ever wondered why your drone videos just don't look cinematic? In this video, I'm going to show you one simple technique, which is leading lines, and 5 easy ways to use it to make your shots look more interesting and professional. So what are leading lines? Well, leading lines are visual arrows like roads, rivers, or piers that guide the viewer's eye straight to your subject. In drone shots, they do 2 things instantly. They make your footage feel more cinematic, and they also add depth. For example, this shot on the screen now doesn't look bad, but there's just nothing guiding your eye, so it feels a little bit sort of random and boring. Now watch what happens when I change the angle on the same beach and use a leading line to control where you look. Suddenly the frame feels more dialed in, and it's a huge improvement. So let's put this into action. The most cinematic way to use leading lines is low and slow. So if flying low makes you nervous, don't worry. I'll keep this super simple for you. Flying low feels a little bit sketchy at first, and believe me, I had the same anxiety when I started out, but the more you practice, the calmer it gets, or the calmer you get, and you just need to be aware and take your time. The trick is to start simple, so line up your subject exactly where you want it, then fly slow and steady forward with the right stick on your controller. Now watch how the same move works with different leading lines. In this shot, this pier pulls your eye straight past the boards and out onto the subject, which is the open ocean. This dam wall drives your eyes forward into the landscape so you can see the landscape beyond. It's actually leading you in that direction. And in this shot, the boats create a path that leads you through the frame. And lastly, this low pass along the pier feels like a smooth walk forward, which in my opinion is very cinematic. Now if flying low still makes you nervous, there's no problem. You can get the same leading line effect from up high, and it's actually one of the easiest ways to improve your drone photos and video. Finding leading lines from up high can be tricky at first, and I get it. Sometimes it just looks like a giant mess when you're up there. But here's the shortcut. All you have to do is pick an anchor or a subject first, like a lighthouse, a rock formation, a little island, or a building. Then look for a line that leads to it, like in a coastline or a cliff edge, a road, or even a river. For example, this coastline becomes a huge leading line right through the frame, and the anchor is actually the far distance of this coastline. I angled the gimbal down a touch, and then I rise slowly with the left stick. With this type of shot, the whole scene is revealed all at once. But in this next shot, I wanted to reveal the long jetty gradually, so I angled the gimbal down slightly again, and then left it alone. And next, I flew forward slowly along the jetty, and when it starts to curve, I just add a gentle right yaw to follow the line and keep it centered. I love this shot because the leading line just keeps unfolding. The longer you watch, the more you discover. Now here's a quick trick that will make your shots look more cinematic without changing any settings, by using diagonal leading lines. They add energy and pull the viewer through the frame in a more interesting way than normal direct leading lines do. Diagonal leading lines can be hard to spot at first, and honestly it took me a while to get used to looking for them, but once it clicks, you'll start seeing diagonals everywhere. Here's a perfect example. I'm flying forward low over the ocean, and the jetty sits on the diagonal from the corner of the frame on the right, and it points your eye straight to the mountains. That diagonal instantly adds energy and makes you feel like the shot is moving somewhere, and the mountains are the anchor. And diagonals don't always have to lead to a subject. Sometimes the line itself is the subject. In this next shot, we've got 2 diagonals, the pier and its shadow cutting across the frame. Instead of flying forward in this one, I do a smooth rise while tilting the gimbal down so the diagonal stays strong as more of the landscape reveals itself. Alright, we've talked about diagonal leading lines that give your shots more energy. Now let's flip the camera straight down, because top-down shots can create some of the strongest leading lines you'll ever get with a drone. Top-down leading line shots can be tricky, because if the framing isn't strong, they just don't look right, and I messed these up all the time when I started. I used to mess them up all the time. For example, this was a shot I filmed back in 2020 at a dam on the way to Halls Gap in Victoria. I thought I was being clever, going top-down and then panning the gimbal up, but the framing was really weak, and what I was revealing honestly was pretty boring. So here's how I think about top-down shots now. I treat them like a painting. If you saw this frame on a wall in a shop, would it actually catch your eye? So you're looking for clean shapes, good balance and texture. Like this short pier. The pier is the leading line, the framing is simple, and the shimmering water makes it feel more interesting. I'm not doing anything fancy here, just a gentle slide to the right. Or on this beach shot, the wet sand is your first leading line, and then a wave coming in becomes a second line that merges into it. And it's the same idea, keep it smooth, also with a slight drift to the right. But this is the fun part. You can combine styles. You don't have to stick to these. They're not that rigid. In this shot, the framing is still top down, but it also has a strong diagonal feel. And in this shot, I kept the gimbal down and added a slight rotation so I could keep that perfect frame that I really loved. Top down is great for spotting lines and framing them up like a graphic design, but now let's take that same idea and add movement by crossing the line during the shot. When you're a beginner, you probably don't even think about crossing a leading line, even if you know what a leading line is, of course, because it doesn't feel natural. And crossing the line just means that you fly from one side of the leading line to the other as you move, instead of staying perfectly lined up with it. And I know I'm not the first one to discover it, but I actually discovered it for myself by accident years ago. I had a shot where I just couldn't fly straight along an object. There was a bit of wind and I just couldn't get it right, and I kept drifting across it. And I was so frustrated when I was filming it, but when I watched the footage back, it had way more depth and movement than my perceived perfect shot that I had in my brain. And here's one of my examples. In this shot at the salt flats at Lake Tyrrell, there's an old fence right in the middle of the salt lake, so flying straight along it is fine, but crossing over it makes the shot feel more three-dimensional, and it naturally pulls your eye out to the people, one of them which is me, standing out in the middle of nowhere. And you can use this anywhere, like in this shot, I'm slowly crossing the road as I fly forward. This was late in the day and the fog just suddenly rolled in. Crossing the line makes the scene feel even more moody and cinematic. And if you're new to this, don't worry about doing it perfectly. Just focus on finding one strong line and building your frame around that. That alone will level up your footage very fast. And if you want the biggest cinematic upgrade next, go watch this 10 cinematic low altitude drone moves I wish I knew earlier. It'll make flying low feel simple and controlled. Thanks for watching.